Good morning. It's it's now 6 a.m. and I just got out the shower. I couldn't sleep. I was actually in standing in my living room at 5 something this morning because I couldn't sleep. Now I have to wait till about 9 o'clock to go to the dentist, and this camera is down because my mouth is untidy. But I kind of feel like the support group that I had my caseworker find for me, I recently canceled it because I figured I didn't need it. But it turns out that I may have to go to the support group. I was sleeping and all I could think of was taking a bath and just take the Benadryl and go to sleep in the tub. It is it's so hard to explain to someone how you feel when you want to take your own life. And I don't know how. I tried to explain it to my daughter yesterday, and she keeps feeling like it's something selfish that people do. And I try to tell her it has nothing to do with being selfish. It has to do with what a person can't take any longer. And I'm sitting here now, and I'm thankful that I was able to take my shower, and that's it. But in my mind, I just want to take a bath and just forget about everything I'm going through. But I'm upset because I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm thankful, I'm relieved, I'm all of that in the same thing. And then 1 minute I break down because I was sleeping, and I guess I was in between layers of sleep where it hit me why he ghosted me. And he ghosted me when he realized that I knew he lied. But he didn't realize at that moment. I didn't hear his conversation. He thought I heard it. I only heard the ending part when I heard he lied to the person on the phone. But at the time, he thought I heard enough to make a informed decision that he was cheating and a liar. And I didn't know at the time. In my sleep, each calculated step was right there. And I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. I don't know because I'm so confused about each each layer of how I feel because I really can see now where he was messaging me good morning and telling me he loved me and everything, and then after that the morning messages stopped. The messages letting me know he got home safe. But I'm sitting here now saying to myself, at least I got out before something dangerous or something worse happened. But then I'm sitting here saying to myself, he had already shown me red flags way before I realized it because when he was home, he barely would talk to me on the phone. And then one day when I heard a woman walk in the room and he was talking to him, then I made a comment. He was like, I'm not dealing with this negative stuff, and reaffirmed me that that wasn't a woman. And I'm okay emotionally with that part because I know and it's over. But I don't know how long it's going to take me to get over the fact that it was straight up calculated deception. And I don't know what would make a person do that to a person if they respect the person who they know they're connected to. And that's the problem. And then I say to myself, if I had only known that I could have just went about my business and I would have never been able to get entangled with someone that I thought was so decent. And then I'm like, this this man did everything from beginning to end on purpose. And I'm like, one part of me want to just get in my car and just run down the street and run in the pole and just wrap myself around the pole. And then the other part of me just want to lay down in the bathtub and just call it a damn day. And I don't know because I feel that I got away. It could have been worse, but I'm not feeling like it could have that I got away. I'm not feeling like I saved myself. by at least knowing, but I realized he just walked completely away when he realized that I knew, but I didn't realize it until this morning when in the middle of my sleep. And now I don't know how I'm supposed to go through my day and stop telling my head to shut up, because everything is flashing through my head, and I'm absolutely 110% confused at how he could be so okay. But the part that makes me really happy is how I got him the last day that I saw him. But thinking back now, the last time he was here, when he came out of the shower before we went into the bedroom, that was the last time he was here, and that was the day that he knew I found out. But I didn't really find out. I only heard the end part of him lying, saying to somebody, I said I can't talk now. I'm at work. I'm working. But then it hit me really and truly. He wasn't just talking to someone random, and being that he knew I heard the ending, he thought I heard the whole conversation. And that's okay, because if that's what he was doing, that's what he was doing. I just wish sometimes I would have just, I can't even tell you, but I wish. But I'm sitting here saying to myself, okay, I got out before something, you know, treacherous happened, but how long is this gonna take to circle around my head like tape recorder? Because I can't get a break, and that's the cycle that bipolar takes across my head. And I'm like, how long is it gonna take me to get past this straight up abuse of my kindness? And then I was sleeping, and I guess I'm between layers of sleep. And then it dawned on me that when he was coming here, closer to the time before he got revealed, it was also he knew I had cooked lunch, and which was basically my all day meal. But I remember one day when he came right in, he sat right down, and he made a space for my craft and stuff for his plate or his bowl. And I remember at that moment feeling like a victim, not like a person that someone was feeling wholesome or complete or a part of the union. I felt used at that point because he didn't even face me, look me in my eye. And that's the part that got me from when I started to notice something, is when I noticed that he couldn't look me in my eye. And that's the part when I went to the computer searching up stuff, and it said it's shame and this, whatever the thing is. And I'm like, I feel, because this is not my everyday life. I'm not accustomed to being around someone. So I'm usually by myself. And although I've tried to be in different situations, it was still nothing to the point where I felt like I was part of a productive union. And he did it really good, because he actually made me feel like we were together. And just like the night when he was here, and all of a sudden his phone rang, and that's the first time I heard him say babe. And then how long, and went to, like, he went to meet somebody and he came back, well, I'm gonna spend the night. And then I'm like, oh, he's spending the night, but she must be going somewhere or something. I felt like trash. And then slowly slowly from there, it just went down to nothing. But I'm sitting here now trying to wait for, it's 6 something in the morning, not even 6:15. I'm just wondering if I'm gonna have to call my caseworker. I felt I felt when I got out of bed I was gonna have to call the crisis team. And then I get these visions. And I had a vision of me foaming at the mouth in the hallway, and when I got that vision, I jumped out. I jumped out of my bed. I can't allow my daughter to find me like that. And the reason why I gave him a key to my door is because the suicide was so bad. And I told him I can't have my daughter find me like that. And I gave him the key, but I never worried about him violating me or something like that, because he never came here without calling, not even up the building. If he was like maybe 10 minutes away, he would be like, I'll be there in 15 minutes or something like that. So, but last night when I was sleeping, I felt so uncomfortable. Every few seconds I kept jumping. And at the same token, I went to bed very happy because I feel like I got my life back, and a few months of happiness and joy can oversee what happened at the end. But I'm sitting here saying to myself now, the entire whatever you call it was calculated, and I'm trying to figure out how a person who loves his children so much could do that to someone else's child on purpose. And that is not a situation where I'm mourning a relationship. That's a situation where I'm trying to figure out how humanity works, because you have kids that you absolutely adore. How could you absolutely deceive someone else's daughter when your pride and joy is your daughter? But I guess it's not the same, because it's not the same. I don't know. I'm just horrified. I know that much. That green tea is freezing cold. I'm sitting here inside me. I'm crawling with anger. My head is starting to hurt. I was sleeping and my migraine came back, and I'm like, oh gosh, please don't tell me I'm gonna have to deal with this again. And then I knew I had to get out to bed, because I didn't realize it at the time, but the tears was rolling down my eyes, and I'm not sure why I'm crying. I wish I could understand. I don't know which part of it is making me cry, but I do know that I'm still happy. So I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm crying for, and it's not my depression or nothing like that. I'm trying to figure out if it's because the last time that we were together, I knew that he knew that was his last time being here, and he completely just dropped me like a bad habit, like I wasn't part of his life, like he didn't know me. And the reason why I'm absolutely grateful and thankful is that I wrote my book and made my video, because I would have been invisible. And then at the same token, I feel horrible, because I'm saying to myself, now this person has to know that other people know. And that makes me feel good as well, because I got a phone call saying, I didn't know that per was that way, but that's what happens when you live night and day. That's what happens when you live a calculated life, a life of deceit. But I'm thankful, because out of all the women that I found out that there was in this traffic of abuse, I freaking spoke up. I tried to defend myself. I tried to put my feet on solid ground. So I don't know if it's the part that I know he found out he was exposed, but little does he know, I didn't know he was exposed. He basically gave me all the ammunition that I needed, because he taught me this. And when he said to me that I used him for my own need, no, I did to you what you did to me. You taught me this. And how I learned this was learning that they say men mirror your behavior. No, the hell, that's not true. I was in that kitchen. I was making sure that man was good. I was at this computer I was making sure he was good. There was no mirroring anything. The mirroring came when I started treating him like he was treating me, and I would pray every day. Please don't message him today. Please don't say good morning to him. Please don't say good afternoon to him. Please don't. And every day that I went silent on him, it's the same way he went silent on me. And then turn around, I realized what the private detective said. I got to make sure this, and then I started asking questions and stuff. I'm horrified. I'm freaking horrified because this right here could have been prevented. I don't know. And yes, I will continue to trust because I love me. That's the bottom line. So I'm not gonna put all men in this category, but I do know I need to see someone to show him this video before all of this stuff goes bonkers because my video is not coming down. My video is not coming down, and I gotta show somebody something because he's gonna think I'm the most wicked person in the world, but he's gonna understand because this is a man that would never do nothing like this. This right here is straight up abuse. This is abuse of someone's kindness, someone's generosity. There is no someone in it. My everything. That's all it is. But I'm sitting here now saying to myself, I'm thankful that it didn't go, you know, as hard as it could have. As hard as it could have. I'm just thankful for that, and I'm thankful again that I feel comfortable enough to do my YouTube videos, but I don't know how I feel. I'm thankful. That's all I'm thankful for because this channel right now feels like when I was in therapy classes and we used to, I guess, I'm not sure if you call them therapy classes, but it felt like I wasn't the only person that went through something like this. But this is horrible. Each step was abuse. Each step was abuse. And to say that I'm just showing you that I'm not with you just for sex when that's all it turned out to be, because every single part of my life was invisible to him. He didn't care about anything going on in this room. He didn't care about anything in my life. The only thing he cared about was that bedroom. After that bedroom, 5 seconds, 5 minutes, he was gone. It was as if I felt like a used mattress. I felt like a walking mattress. And then I felt like I was too available. So I started going to the computer, and it says, don't be available to a narcissist. And I'm trying to figure out, is this a narcissist, and is this just someone who's doing these things? And then as I started reading up, I'm like, wow, is this what a person does to someone? This is absolutely. And that's how I maximized the last day when I got that ass real good. Because boy, I tell you no lie, honey, you might have been a cheater all your life, but if that man can cheat after what I got, how I had him sprawled out in that bedroom like a gynecological exam, if he could cheat after that, then you know he really don't have no morals, because I got his ass real good. Ooh, and I was in my bed laughing last night. I couldn't stop laughing. It was so uncontrollable because I'm like, wow. And then to know that a few of the guys that saw the video called me was like, you got him good. That's the worst thing you could ever do. So guess what? Now I'm hated. I'm despised. I'm poisoned. But guess what? That's what you were to me. Because that's the only way I could have got where I was. That had to have been I know it wasn't hate. I know it wasn't hate, but it was a level of beyond disrespect, because that's what you call payback. I don't believe it's called hate. I think it's called restitution or something, but that was, each step that I took was calculated. I had to, because I would have probably ended up hung up from a chandelier that I don't even have if I did not get where I was. And I have no the reason why I really don't have any regrets is because, last night I almost took my video down, but then I said no. And then I was like, I don't even care who sees the video. I don't care who sees the video, because sometimes these dirty trash bags need to be exposed for the walking. And then someone said, if the board if the board finds out, they already know. Clearly they already know this is not. But that what's going on in that church is a scam. That is a scam to the community. That's all it is. It's a scam to community. And if they could know, which I found out they do know, and allow that person to stay in leading the congregation, I will never step foot in church again, because that is a place for the devil, and that is for Satan's people to collect themselves and bend over food that people cook with nails and no sanitation. Mm-mm. No sanitation. I will never. No one could get me to put my feet to the altar if that man stays in the church. But someone said to me, "You need to put that on that church page." I said no, but I did get a call. Someone said that video hurt me. That video hurt me. I said, well, now I need you to share it. I said, well, I'll share it. Well, just share it. That's all I need you to do. Share it. But I'm feeling a little bit better now. It's 6:25. I can't go to the dentist until 9, but it's okay. I even had a vision that I started throwing this stuff away in my room, and I don't want to get that bad. But wow, my skin feels so smooth. I actually got some hot water this morning. I jumped right in that shower. I said, "Woo!" And I'm dressed for the day. Got on my thing and my thing, so I'm good. So I guess my therapy session has come to an end.